Miss Taegeun-young. Well, this time every year we used to be very busy moving old phone numbers and addresses into our new address books. But nowadays it's so much easier with PDAs and cell phones and whatnot. It's easier to remember people, but also forget people as well, since it's so easy to just erase them from our lists. Well, we want to remember the people who come onto our stage for a very long time. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome! We have the Flyer 1 team, Bae Eui-seung and Bae Eui-won brothers. Why did you choose Flyer 1?
Flyer 1 is the name of the first prototype airplane that the Wright brothers has invented 100 years ago. And my brother and I have the same major related to airplanes, so we choose that name.
All right, well, we welcome you, Flyer 1, onto our stage. Good luck.
Thank you.
And going against Flyer 1, we have the Chorongi team, Lee Kwang-seop and Kim Hyun-il. Welcome, and Chorongi is the name of one of Korea's characters, yes?
Yes, that's right. Chorongi is a humanized character, which stands for Korean. And we work for KNTO. KNTO means Korean National Tourism Organization, which try to improve Korean national tourism environment. And we think we are as cute as Chorongi.
Ah, as cute as Chorongi. Well, I think maybe we'll have many people sitting at home agreeing with you as they watch you on screen. Good luck to you, Chorongi and Flyer 1. Let's begin our quiz. Now, in our first section, we give you 10 multiple choice questions. If you get them all correct, we give you 50 bonus points. If you get a question wrong, we give you the sum of points up to that question. You can use chance once. You call out chance, and I'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and make things easier on you. Flyer 1, you have the first choice, Q, U, I, or Z.
Letter Q.
All right, we will go with question set Q number 1. Of the following, professional basketball games are divided into what? 1 innings, 2 quarters, 3 halves, 4 rounds.
The answer is number 2.
Do you brothers play basketball?
I used to play a lot.
And do you have a favorite NBA player?
John Stockton.
Why?
He's playing the same position as I am.
Ah, I see. Are you a good player?
I think so.
And we move on to question 2. Of the following, what is the word that fits into the blank in no news is blank news? 1, whole, 2, good, 3, bad, 4, silent.
The answer is number 2.
Question 3. Of the following, all matter is composed of molecules which can further be divided into what? 1, elements, 2, particles, 3, compounds, 4, atoms.
The answer is number 4.
Having an easy time of it, we go into question 4. Of the following, a haircut doesn't hurt because we don't have what in the hair? 1, protein, 2, cells, 3, nerves, 4, skin. If you're not sure, you can call out chance.
The answer is number 3.
Well, there is sometimes pain, psychological, right? Have you ever had a traumatic haircut?
Usually in high school, when you have very short haircuts, sometimes, yes.
And question 5. Of the following, who is the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic? 1, Amelia Earhart, 2, Florence Lawrence, 3, Mary Robinson, 4, Christine Evert.
The answer is number 1.
I thought your field was airplanes.
My major is mechanical engineering, and he is aeronauticals. So maybe that's why he got the answer.
All right. Well, it's good to have your brother with you. And we go to question 6. Of the following, which is an incorrect artist work connection? 1. Claude Monet, Impression Sunrise. 2. Edouard Manet, Water Lilies. 3. Edvard Munch, The Scream. 4. Andy Warhol, The Chelsea Girls.
We'll use chance.
We'll take away 2 of the incorrect choices and please make your final selection. Final answer, please.
Number 2.
It's a good guess. Water Lilies is an impressionist painting by Monet. And we go to question 7. Of the following, which story has Lily Putchins tying down a sleeping giant? 1. War of the Worlds. 2. The Never-Ending Story. 3. The Chronicles of Narnia. 4. Gulliver's Travels.
The answer is number 4.
Question 8. Of the following, which one of these countries borders all the other 3? 1. Greece. 2. Romania. 3. Turkey. 4. Bulgaria.
The answer is number.
Your
Number
answer,
1?
please?
Choose number 1.
Actually, it is Bulgaria, which borders all the other 3. Flower 1, you did a good job. You end the section with 70 points. Chorongi, you get to choose U, I, or Z sets now.
We'll take I.
All right, we will go with question set I, number 1. Of the following, the Mona Lisa is a painting of what? 1. Mountain. 2. Angel. 3. Woman. 4. Cathedral.
Number 3.
Question 2. Of the following, which is a made-up story? 1. Biography. 2. Fiction. 3. Reportage. 4. News.
The answer is 2.
And question 3. Of the following, which professional sport has to do with Stove League? 1. Basketball. 2. Baseball. 3. Ice hockey. 4. Soccer.
Number 2, baseball.
And question 4. Of the following, what does END stand for in NATO? 1. North. 2. Normal. 3. New. 4. National.
Number 1, North.
How are you finding the quiz to be so far?
So far, so good.
You haven't used chance yet, and we go to question 5. Of the following, where are the British Crown jewels? 1. The British Museum. 2. Buckingham Palace. 3. Westminster Abbey. And 4. Tower of London.
The answer is 2, Buckingham Palace.
Actually, it is the Tower of London where the jewels are kept. Well, you end the section with 40 points. Flower 1, you are in the lead with 70 points. Congratulations. And, well, this is where we get to see how well you work together as a team. Flower 1, you guys are brothers, and you chose constellations. Are you ready?
Yep.
Then come up next to me. And as you know, this section, we give you 100 seconds to go through 20 words in a category that you have chosen beforehand. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
All right, go.
S, you see a lot of them in the sky. S, you see a lot of them in the sky at night. Stars. 10, 11. 10, 11. What is next?
12.
You see a lot of them in the seawater. You can catch this.
Fish.
What is the term that studies the stars in the sky?
Astronomy.
Pass. The lion.
Leo.
Pass. We have 12 of these signs. 12 of these signs of the sky based on the stars.
Zodiac.
The fusion jazz group.
Cassiopeia.
The crab.
Cancer.
We have 7 stars in the night, the sky. 7 stars. Pass. 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 The archer.
This is a really tough section. Well, you didn't quite get to Sagittarius, and Babylon is the place where they began to study the stars. Flower 1, you had a pretty tough time of it, but you do have 150 points on the board. And now, Chorongi, it's your turn. You chose military.
Yes.
And are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Go.
Each person fighting S, start with S. I'm a S.
Soldier.
Yes. A rifle. M.
M16.
A star.
General.
Working this. Start with D. Practice.
PT.
D.
Discipline.
Pass. A market in the base. Market. In the base.
PX.
Army. This. Army. This. Air Force.
I mean
Sorry.
Navy.
The ship under the water.
Submarine.
You are painting on your face to this. Start with C. You put some leaves on the vehicle on your tent to this C. Let's pass. The Air Force man who the
Pilot.
number 1 in the year.
Top Gun.
Officer. The bottom.
Lieutenant.
Incheon. M.
Negada.
Pass. Movie. Steve Spielberg.
Saving Private Ryan.
I think your years in military service came to help you. You did. I think you had it, in mind, but it just didn't come off the tip of your tongue. Camouflage was what we were going for with the painting and the leaves over the tent. Chorongi, you did a good job of catching up. You have 140 points on the board. However, Flower 1 remains in the lead with 150 points. And now let us welcome Mr. David Pong.
Good to see you. How do you
Oh,
feel?
I hear the cold in your voice.
Yes, it's my sexy voice.
The husky voice. Okay.
I have a little bit of a cold, but I hope you bear with me today. I'm glad to be here on the show, and it's good to see family on here once again. We had a father and daughter team on a while back, and I'm a big fan of brothers because I am the oldest of 5 brothers in my family. So anyway, welcome both teams to our show.
You don't like us?
I like you too. I like you too, but I was just making the family point again. And I love you. How's that? And I'll explain the rules of the next section. It's a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. Now, if you get that chance wrong, that chance will be given to the other team. Now, if you guys both get it wrong, we're going to give you a help of a spelling hint to figure it out. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, and you got 5 seconds to answer each one. You got it?
Mm-hmm. So let's have question 1.
Okay. Question 1 is about internet. Web users entering the words miserable failure into this popular search engine are directed to the
초롱이.
Google?
And is that your favorite search engine?
I'm using Korean search engine.
Which
Sometimes Ampass.
I wonder if it's legal for us to be using these names on air. Anyway, let's go to question 2.
Question number 2 is about unit. Swedish lawmakers complain to regulate the size and alcohol content of the country's version of this, the big, strong one, saying it isn't always as big or as strong as it should be. This is a unit of liquid measure equal to 1/2 quart. What is this?
Equal to 1/2 quart? All right, why don't we take a look at the hint? 초롱이.
Pint.
Yes. Let's have 3.
Question number 3 is about game. This, EA's latest video game, is hampered by the rather unfair fact that catching the golden snitch is worth 150 points, so this can easily determine the outcome of an entire match.
Flower 1.
퀴디치.
Yes. Are you a big Harry Potter fan?
Yes.
And I suppose 초롱이 you're not.
I really like Lord of the Rings.
I like Lord of the Rings. See, I like you guys.
Let's move on to question 4 now.
All right, question 4 is about title. Kaiko, the killer whale, has died. He was captured when he was 2 after his release into the wild. He swam to Norway, where he became a popular attraction. He starred...
초롱이.
Free Willy?
And this remains a very close game. 초롱이, you are at 230, Flower 1, 180 points. So let's move on to question 5.
Question 5 is about element. On January 16, 1804, French physicist Joseph-Louis Gay-Lussac ascended to the height of 7,016 meters in a balloon, a record that lasted 50 years. He used this gas to lift the balloon. It is lighter than air but flat.
Flower 1.
Helium?
And 초롱이, it is your chance to answer. Why don't we finish the question?
It is lighter than air but flammable. What is this?
초롱이, 5 seconds. 초롱이,
HO.
why don't we take a look at the hint? And 초롱이.
Hydrogen?
Yes, it is hydrogen that we were looking for. We're close, Flower 1. But I guess you're not into, what is it, flying apparatus history? Not really? Okay, so we move on to question 6.
Yeah, I guess he didn't have any cigarette breaks while he was on that balloon either. I'm a funny guy, even though I'm sick. All right, here we go. Question number 6 is about animal. At least 7 patients crowded the hospital room. It was a busy day at Thailand's first hospital for this animal, which opened in...
초롱이.
Bird?
Flower 1, it is your chance to answer. Why don't we finish the question?
which opened in Lopburi. The 2,000 animals of this kind roaming free are the city's main tourist attraction. This is a medium-sized primate. What is this?
Flower 1, 5 seconds. Flower 1.
Monkey.
Yes. And Flower 1, you are on your way to catching up. 210 versus 초롱이's 260 points. Why don't we go to 7 now?
Question number 7 is about company. This company and Crocodile International have been squaring off over the logo since the 1960s. The only significant difference between
초롱이.
Lacoste.
And moving on.
Question number 8 is about person. Blank, An Elegant Spirit is a large format book loaded with illustrations and an intimate look at this person's personal life, from her unhappy childhood to her graceful death. She died on January 20th, 1993. This Princess Anne in Roman holiday devoted her final years to UNICEF. Who is this?
Roman holiday actress. 초롱이.
오드리 헵번.
And moving on to question 9.
Question 9 is about planet. The spectacular image was taken on November 9th, which is my birthday, when the Cassini spacecraft was 111 million kilometers from this planet. It shows features in the rings and atmosphere, as well as 5 of its icy moons.
Flower 1.
Saturn.
And Flower 1, it is good to see you on the board. And we go to question 10.
Question 10 is about country. Nigeria has handed over a village to this country to start the process of redrawing their disputed border. The two countries are due to exchange another 32 villages along their northeastern border. This country's capital city is Yaoundé. What is this?
초롱이.
Zaire.
Yaoundé is the capital. Flower 1, 5 seconds. Flower 1.
Ethiopia.
Let's think about the geography of the region. Let's take a look at the hint. The answer, 초롱이.
Cameroon.
Yes. We would have also gone for Republic of Cameroon as well. Moving on to question 11 now.
Question 11 is about technology. IBM is now using molecules that assemble themselves into even smaller patterns. Because this technology is compatible with existing manufacturing tools, it should be inexpensive to introduce. This is engineering with atoms and molecules in the
초롱이.
Nano.
Yes. Nanotechnology is what we're going for. And let's move on to question 12.
Question 12 is about city. Once hailed as the perfect form of proletarian transport, the bicycle used to reign supreme in China as the undisputed king of the road. In fact, it was the only way most people had of getting to work. But this city plans to ban bikes from all major roads to ease congestion.
Flower 1.
Beijing.
Flower 1.
Beijing.
초롱이, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
It is the biggest city in China. What is this?
초롱이, 5 seconds. 초롱이.
Shanghai.
But can you imagine China or in your head without seeing bicycles?
It almost goes hand in hand.
Yeah. And have you been to China?
Yes.
And were you struck by the scene of bicycles as well?
Actually, I've been in Xi'an. It's not that big as Shanghai, so. But there's many bicycles though.
Xi'an, I've been there too. That's where the terracotta warriors are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like you.
Thank you. I like you too once you know.
All right, let's develop the relationship after the show. And why don't we go on with the quiz?
All right, here we go. Yeah, let's do that. Question number 13 is about economy. New Zealand is ringing up the dollars on the back of the booming blank economy with a tourism and movie-making upsurge fueled by the runaway success of the Lord of the Rings films. The name that fits into the blank is the name of the main character played by Elijah Wood. What is this?
Elijah Wood played this. Why don't we take a look at the hint? 초롱이.
프로도 이코노미.
Yes, it is Frodo. Big fans of Lord of the Rings, but you hesitated. What happened? Okay, well, moving on to our next to last question. Question 14,
That
please.
was a cheap one. Okay. Question 14. I like that. Okay. Question 14 is about disease. Increasing temperatures will aid the spread of waterborne diseases and those carried by insects, it predicts. Even a rise of a few degrees could expose hundreds of millions of more people to the threat of this. It is a recurring illness transmitted by mosquitoes.
초롱이.
Malaria?
And we've already come to our last question.
Last question, number 15, is about instrument. On January 13th, 1854, Anthony Foss patented this instrument. Leather straps worn over the shoulders support it, leaving both hands free to play the instrument. A player operates it by pumping the bellows while depressing one or more of its piano-like keys.
Flyer 1.
Accordion?
Yes, it is the accordion. And, well, that was a strong last answer, but Chorongi, you win and get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Flower 1, it was good to have you brothers, once again brothers, on our stage and on our show. I hope you enjoy the quiz. I know you have supporters. What do you want to say?
Just want to say thank you for everyone. It was very fun to be in here.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And now, Chorongi, you get to go on to the finals. You will be facing the Garu team. It is a couple from last week. They won. What do you have to say? Do you have a special plan, maybe?
We just satisfied two. I mean, nothing we can expect more. We'll just have fun. That's all.
All right, well, we're glad you're having fun. We'll be right back after this with Chorongi. Welcome back, the Garu team. Welcome back to our stage, Peter and Erin Garnhum. Now, well, nice little peppers along your shirt. That's really cute.
Very Korean.
Welcome back to our stage. This is your attempt at win number 2 in a row. Well, what did your friends and family say upon your first win?
They told us just fighting.
Which is the Korean way of saying go for it.
Yes.
And how far are you going to go for it?
Oh, we're just thinking one game ahead. Just win the next game. That's all we want to do.
Okay, so you want to get to Japan.
Yes, that's
all right. Well,
like
fighting
that.
to you. Now, Chorongi, you know that Garu's going to go for this win. What are you going to do?
We're more than happy now, and we'll do our best.
All right. Well, good luck to all of you. Let's begin our final section. In our final section, we give you 5 categories of questions, 5 questions each, worth 10 to 50 points. You get to choose the next question if you get the first question correct. What are our fascinating categories today?
Okay, our categories are Tasty Seas, Second Acts, Railroad, Extreme Water, and About Asia.
And Tasty Seas, of course, has answers beginning with the letter C. I get to choose the first question. I will go with Tasty Seas for 10 points. A sculptor and pastry cook came up with the idea to mark the 5th anniversary of the appearance of the word oligarch in the Russian political vocabulary. A Moscow cafe has taken a tongue-in-cheek view of some of Russia's richest men, popularly known as oligarchs, by molding their heads out of this smooth, sweet, brown food made Garu.
Is it chocolate?
Yes, it is chocolate. From roasted and ground cacao seeds or cocoa seeds.
It's one of my favorite foods.
Yeah. And Garu, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
Let's go with,
Keep going.
okay, Tasty Seas for 20, please.
Tasty Seas, 20 points. After 13 years without a smoke, world-famous secret agent James Bond has started puffing again. The super spy smoking a cigar in the film Die Another Day has outraged the anti-smoking lobby, but Pierce Brosnan, who has adopted a strong anti-smoking stance, agreed to it because of the setting which takes place in this country, and also because this country features cigar, which is synonymous with this
Cuba.
Garu.
Cuba.
Yes. The Cuban cigar is very famous. And Chorongi, I'd like to see you on the board. You've got to buzz in quickly to go against the Garu team. Garu, if you're ready, choose the next one.
Let's stay with Tasty C's for 30.
Tasty C's, 30 points. This should have been shipped for Europe before November 24th to be in time for Christmas sales. However, Russian suppliers were unable to do it because Garu.
Caviar?
You must have read up in the news. Apparently, they needed to fill a quota of 34.55 tons of caviar.
Ooh.
Just can you imagine?
A lot of blinnies.
A lot of money.
Lots, well, money, also lots of fish eggs.
Yeah.
Are you into caviar?
I
I've never tried it actually.
haven't
but
tasted it.
Yeah.
Salty and kind of.
Little granule-y.
Sounds interesting.
It adds something nice.
Okay.
Caviar and crackers.
Must
Pretty
taste
good.
delicious. So many people like it. So.
Well, yeah, it's a novelty, I guess. We don't have it all the time, right? And Garu, if you're ready, you get to choose.
Okay.
Let's stay with the category for 40 points.
All right, continuing on with Tasty C's 40 points. India is the origin of curry, a name widely recognized all over the world. The product is a careful blend of selected spices to add pep, flavor, and aroma to a wide range of exotic dishes. Curry powder is a good source of vitamin B6, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and copper, and a very good source of dietary fiber, vitamin E, and iron. It is very low in cholesterol and this, which is essential to the body's fluid balance. What is this? Curry is low in this. It is essential for the body's fluid balance. Chorongi.
Calcium.
Garu, 5 seconds. Well, I'm going to give you another chance at the correct answer. This is essential to the body's fluid balance, and we find this in salt. Chorongi.
Natrium.
Sodium. And it's good to see you on the board, Chorongi. With 40 points, you're just 20 points behind Garu's lead. So it's a very close game. Chorongi, you get to choose.
We'll take about Asia for 10 points.
About Asia, 10 points.
Hello, everyone. At the Contenders, I am Hwang Gi-ho, Director of Asia Division, the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Energy. During my stay in countries including the United States, Thailand, and Germany, I have learned and felt many things. I wonder how and what you feel about Korea and Asia. I still believe that the Contenders is also to be a quiz show that is designed for an Asian and a worldwide audience to get more understandings of Asia and the world. Now let's start with the questions. In the Hand, a book written by neuropathologist Frank Wilson recommends active use of the hand. In this point, however, it is not necessary for most Asian people to worry about it, because when you use this one,
Chorongi.
Sticks. Sticks.
He'll finish the question, Garu. It is your chance to answer.
you come to use not only the fingers but also over 30 joints and 50 muscles between the wrist and the elbow. This is an instrument for eating that is held together in one hand.
Garu?
Is it chopsticks?
Yes, it is chopsticks. And now, Chorongi, I think you were thinking of chopsticks, weren't you? But you just used the wrong word. We were hoping that you would finish the answer, but, well, Garu's got the points for that question. You get to choose.
Okay. Let's go back and try and finish Tasty Seas for 50.
Closing the category of Tasty Seas, 50 points. Nowadays, some people like to drink this as an aperitif on the rocks or mixed. In Normandy, when people have drunk their coffee and while the cup is still warm, they pour a bit of this onto the remaining drops of coffee. In the novel L'Arc de Triomphe by Erich Maria Remarque, a German doctor, Ravik, drinks this on every page. Garu.
Is it Calvados?
Yes, it is. It is the apple brandy distilled from cider made in the Normandy region of France. And are you a big fan of this drink?
Actually, no, but I read a magazine article about it once, and fortunately it stuck.
And it served you well.
Yeah.
And Garu, you get to choose.
Okay. Let's go back to About Asia for 20.
Okay.
About Asia, 20 points.
In the year 2000, UNESCO released one book that is a kind of collection of stories gathered from countries located along this. According to the book, for centuries, many essential goods were moved and exchanged along with this.
Garu.
The Silk Road.
It is the ancient network of trading routes that linked Europe to Asia 1,000 years ago. And Chorongi, I encourage you to buzz in quickly, take a chance, and Garu, you get to choose.
I think Extreme Water for 10.
Extreme water, 10 points.
Arapaima, also known locally as pirauku, is the largest exclusive freshwater fish in the world. It has been found to reach a length of 4 meters and can weigh up to 200 kilograms in this river. It is home to many...
Garu.
The Amazon.
It is the Amazon. And Garu, you get to choose.
Extreme Water for 20.
Extreme water, 20 points.
Actually, from Japanese, a tsunami is a word scientists use to describe an enormous wave or series of waves. The tsunami at Lityua Bay, Alaska, on July 5, 1958, was the biggest wave ever, but that's just the one humans have witnessed and have been able to record. There are waves out on the ocean which are created by this. It is the resistance encountered by an object moving relative to another object with which it is in contact. What is this?
What is this? It is the resistance. Garu.
Is it friction?
Yes, it is. And Garu, you get to choose.
Extreme Water, 30 points.
Extreme water, 30 points.
Once, it rained 2,290 centimeters at Cherrapunji, India in one season. It's ironic that this wettest place in the world manages to thirst for water each winter. The type of weather phenomenon that brings so much rain is called this.
Garu.
Monsoon.
The monsoons hit Korea as well. And what is the monsoon season here in Korea, Chorongi?
Last of June.
What-
It lasts for 1 month.
Throughout June. Apparently, recently, we've had rain throughout the summer, right?
I think the weather pattern in general around the world is getting a little mixed up for one reason or another. But yeah, we definitely had like unseasonal weather all throughout the year this year.
But the monsoon's very good on Korea, isn't it? And Garu, you get to choose.
What do you want to do?
Let's go with Extreme Water for 40.
Extreme water, 40 points.
The only way water gets out of this is through evaporation. When the water evaporates, it leaves behind all the dissolved minerals, just making it saltier.
Garu.
The ocean.
Chorongi, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
There's nothing living in it because it got so salty so quickly. Its surface at 400 meters below sea level marks the lowest point on Earth. This is a salt lake on the border between Israel and Jordan. What is this?
Chorongi, 5 seconds. Chorongi.
Dead Sea.
And Chorongi, it's good to see you on the board. You get to choose.
We'll finish the category.
All right, closing the category, extreme water, 50 points.
50 points. In 1960, the US Navy sent the Trieste, a mini submarine designed to go really deep, down into the depths of this, to see just how far they would go.
Garu.
The Mariana Trench.
Yes. We sent the Trieste to see the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. And Garu, you get to choose.
How about railroad for 10?
Railroad, 10 points. The name of the high-speed railway in Korea has been designated KTX, the Korean Train Express. The name KTX is also in step with the trend of other world-renowned trains, whose names are abbreviations. This is now Chorongi.
TGV.
The train à grande vitesse, which is the high-speed train in France. 300 kilometers per hour. That's very, very fast, isn't it? And Chorongi, you get to choose.
We'll take railroad for 20.
Railroad, 20 points. Its history dates back to January 10th, 1863, when the world's first underground railway opened in London. Today, the London Underground is a major business with 3 million passenger journeys made a day. Love it or loathe it, it's an essential part of London life. Look for the big red circle and you'll find a station easily. The London Underground is also called this. Garu.
The tube.
Because of the round shape of the tunnel. And Garu, you get to choose.
Railroad for 30.
Railroad, 30 points. In this movie, a group of disaffected Scottish youth turn to heroin to escape the Garu?
Train spotting.
Yes. So it's a hobby that consists of collecting the numbers of railroad locomotives and also searching for veins that are prominent enough to inject drugs into. Which,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
well, neither would any of us, I think. But it brought Ewan McGregor into the spotlight.
Worth it,
Yeah.
I think.
And Garu, you get to choose.
Let's go with railroad for 40. Why not?
Railroad for 40 points. In earlier years, going by train between Europe and the Ottoman Empire was slow and tedious. In the 19th century, Belgian entrepreneur Georges Nagelmacher's Garu.
The Orient Express.
Yes, it is. It is a trans-European luxury train from Paris to Istanbul. And Garu, you get to choose.
Let's take 50 points. Railroad.
Closing the category, railroad for 50 points. The Trans-Siberian Railway is the longest continuous rail line on Earth, each run clattering along in an epic journey of almost 10,000 kilometers over 1/3 of the globe. From this city, it is possible to continue by ferry to Niigata on the west coast. Garu.
Vladivostok.
Yes, it is the eastern terminus of the Trans-Siberian Railway. And wow, you've swept up the category and you get to choose, Garu.
What do you like?
Well, let's look at second acts for 10.
Second act's 10 points.
We now encounter Michael J. Fox more often as the voice of Stuart Little, rather than in the movies like Back to the Future. He has written his own book titled Lucky Man, which is about this and other things he has to deal with in his life.
Garu.
Parkinson's disease.
Yes. It is an illness that is marked by symptoms of trembling hands, lifeless face, monotone voice, slow shuffling walk, tough to deal with. And Garu, you get to choose.
Second acts for 20.
Second act's 20 points.
This person went on to Wesley College in 1959, where she earned a degree in political science.
Chorongi.
Hillary Clinton.
Garu, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Very shortly after graduating, she married. Between 1960 and 1967, she had 3 daughters and she focused on raising them. She began her political career raising funds and advising on policy issues for a senator in 1972. She is the former U.S. Secretary of State and the highest-ranking female official in U.S. history.
Garu.
Madeleine Albright.
And she served in 1997 to 2001 under President Bill Clinton. And Garu, you get to choose.
Second acts for 30.
Second act's 30 points.
Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Computer, tried to do it all over again with a new company. But after 8 long years of struggle and after running through $250 million, it closed down its hardware division in 1993. he turned his attention to the software side of the computer industry. Now he is the CEO of Apple and this animation studio.
초롱이.
픽사.
And it's the creator of Toy Story, Bug's Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters, Inc., and Finding Nemo. It's unimaginable to be without Pixar, isn't it?
Wonderful movies.
And Garu, you get to choose. No, sorry. Ooh, sorry about that. And Chorongi, you get to choose.
You're going to take 40 in second act.
Second acts, 40 points.
F. Scott Fitzgerald said there are no second acts in American life. Ironically, he is enjoying a glorious comeback. His last 10 years were spent in literary limbo. Why am I doing all this writing? Nobody reads me. Now his books are widely read. Sadly, this wonderful writer did not live to see the day. This novel, which depicts delusion with the American dream, is among the greatest novels.
Garu,
The Great Gatsby.
there have been several movies. And Garu, you get to choose.
Second acts for 50.
Closing the category, second acts, 50 points.
This person became a successful Parisian stockbroker, settling into a comfortable bourgeois existence with his wife and 5 children. After viewing the first Impressionist exhibition, he became a collector and amateur painter. In 1883, he gave up his secure existence to devote himself to painting, and he remained in the tropics for the rest of his life. His life was the inspiration for the novel The Moon and Sixpence. Who is this?
초롱이.
Somerset Maugham. Strickland.
Garu, 5 seconds. Garu.
Matisse.
This person's famous works include Tahitian women. Tropical, very bright colors, beach scenes with Tahitian women. He is one of the Impressionists. 초롱이.
Gauguin.
Yes. Very good, Chorongi, and you get to choose.
You're going to take 30 in About Asia.
About Asia, 30 points.
Feng Yuran, one of the greatest authorities on the history of Chinese thought in the 20th century, compares this person's influence in Chinese history with that of Socrates in the West. This person sought principles that embraced highly ethical and moral standards. He was a thinker, political figure.
Garu.
Confucius.
Yes. And Garu, you get to choose between 2.
Let's go for 40.
All right. About Asia, 40 points.
My book, Blue, Red, and Blank, is about how Eastern and Western concepts differ and conflict. The word that fits into the blank is used as the expression of the lingering feeling of the strong color. Hippocrates and other Greek doctors mention this as a drug. It is a bright yellow flavoring and coloring material consisting of the dried stigmas. It is a crocus introduced into Europe from Asia Minor. It is used as spice. What is this?
Garu.
Saffron.
Yes. And apparently in the Middle East, you can tell how rich a person is, or you used to be able to, by seeing how much saffron they had and also how many carpets. Interesting. And you could, well, we have just one question left on the board. We have About Asia, 50 points.
The website ASEAN3.net is an electronic marketplace which aggregates manufacturers from 10 member countries of ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, and 3 countries in one portal. It serves as a complete trading gateway for worldwide buyers looking for trading opportunities in Asia. The other 3 countries don't belong to ASEAN, but they play important roles in Asian economy. What are these three countries?
초롱이.
China, Japan, Korea.
You racked up quite a few points there with the last question. However, Garu, you win. Second time in a row. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
Chorongi, well, it was good to have you on our show. However, I know you have many supporters back home who are watching you. And what do you want to say to them?
I want to say thanks to all the people who supported me, and I want to say I love you.
All right, and?
Same thing.
All right, thank you very much for joining us today. And Garu, well, you've won twice now, so you have tickets to go to Japan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you thinking?
Wow, I'm thinking we're lucky, and I'm really thanking my aunt for sending me that cooking magazine with the calvados in it. Never thought that would come in handy.
Yeah, you just never know when things will come in handy,
just don't.
especially on our show.
Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Okay.
Garu has won second time in a row. Let's see what happens next week. Join us again then. Bye-bye.